All right, guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun wide trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. Ready?
Ready.
What's up, guys? It's Pihcam with HuddleGG, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over a play that I really like to go to when my opponent is running DB Fire 2. Now, DB Fire 2 is something that has been popular for a few years, whether it's the exact play itself or some form of that play, right? And I don't see it going away anytime soon, so we want to know how we can really attack it downfield, right? It gets quick pressure, it has soft squats on the outside, which do have some matching techniques to them, and it's just kind of tough for some people to go against an attack, specifically down the field, right? So the play that we're going to be using to attack this defense is gun trio offset weak fake screen wheel, right? This is going to be found in the Chiefs and the spread playbook, okay? And it's going to be this play here to the left of screen, and when we come out in this is what our stock play art is going to look like, okay? We do want to run this to the short side of the field, and you do want to either have hot route master or you'll want to have running back and tight end apprentice, okay? So our running back and our tight end are going to need those 4 additional routes to make this work, all right? So what we're going to do adjustment-wise is we're going to put our running back on a ghost route, we're going to put our tight end on a post route, and we're going to put our B receiver on a short in route, all right? So this is what our play art is going to look like on the offensive side of the ball, all right? Now, this is the play DB Fire that I was talking about. Now, what most people are going to do is they're going to baseline and press this, okay? And they're just going to have this set up like this. A lot of times they won't even make an adjustment, right? A lot of times they'll use one of those yellow zones, take away that area of the field, and just wait for that pressure to get in, right? Here on our play, we're actually going to use this Y receiver to attack down the field on that left sideline, right? So you're going to see here when we run this play, that is our primary read, right? So you see here, if we throw that right in that gap, we can turn that upfield and get a 25 to 30 yard gain pretty quick and pretty easy. Right, we didn't have to do anything specific with our blocking to pick this up, right? We are able to throw this before that pressure gets in, and you can see, again, as long as we time it correctly, right in between that outside corner and that safety, there is going to be a pocket that we can make this throw, and you can turn it upfield and get as many yards you can at that point, okay? So the reason that this works so well is this smoke screen holds the soft squat for just a second, and you can see here, the soft squat's gonna sit and squat, and he doesn't recognize this wheel quick enough, right? You see how the wheel is out in front of him now, right? He didn't get good depth with this soon enough, and now it allows us to throw that ball right in that gap before that safety is able to get over there and make a play, okay? So let me run this again. I will show you it is going to be very consistent hitting that route, and again, you can hit this over and over if they are staying in this type of a defense, okay? So you see here, we have that ability to throw right in that gap, turn upfield, and get ourselves some nice yardage. Right? Now, this is going to work against other soft squats as well. So if your opponent's just running a normal cover 2 with soft squats, this is going to be a route that you can hit. But obviously, this is where you're going to see soft squats the most, is in a play like DB Fire 2. Okay? The great thing that I like about this play is we really can hit any receiver on this play against DB Fire and against most zones. And we actually have some options against man coverage as well. But against DB Fire, we really have the option to hit all 5 receivers depending on what the user does. Okay, so let's say we're too late on the wheel route and we don't throw that wheel, okay? We can always come back and hit this B quickly over the middle on this short in route, turn upfield, and get an easy 5 to 10 yards, right? So you'll see here in replay, if the user, which a lot of times will be this left of screen middle linebacker, right? If he shoots out to the left, just like the computer does there, and tries to go either for the wheel or for the running back, something like that, we're just going to be able to dump this over really quickly to this short in route. And again, get ourselves a nice positive gain, all right? Now, let's say the user is this guy on the left of screen linebacker here, and he takes that away, right? He takes away that short in because we've hit him with that a couple of times. Now, we're going to be able to just throw the running back, right? So again, this is all assuming we don't hit that Y receiver in time, because that's always going to be our primary read on that wheel down the sideline, okay? But again, if they take away the short in with the user, we can just dump this off to the running back, turn upfield, and you can see we have the potential to get some big yardage there as well. Now, we can also hit the smoke screen on this play, okay? So let's say, again, we're a little late to that wheel route. We don't like what we're seeing there with the wheel. You're going to see this soft squat on the outside. Like I said, he does hesitate, which allows the wheel to get open, but after he hesitates, he'll turn and run with the Y. So as soon as we see that outside corner turn his hips and run, we're able to throw this underneath, and we can turn it upfield and pick ourselves up a nice gain again there with that. And again, that's just something that is going to be very hard for the user to cover if they're staying in this stock defense, right? So you see that outside corner, right? We still could have thrown that wheel because he does pause, but you see after he pauses how he now turns his hips and starts to run. As soon as we see him running with that wheel, we can dump it off to this smoke screen and turn it upfield for a nice gain, right? So you see there, we got a nice 7-8 yard gain there. And then lastly, we do have the tight end available as well, right? Now, I will say the tight end is going to be more for when they're not sending as much pressure, okay? So you will have to wait on that route a little bit. So let's say they man up the left of screen slot on the wheel because we've been beating them with that time and time again. And you're going to see here that now opens up this for us on the back end, okay? Again, that is going to be something that you will need a little bit more time on just because, like I said, you do have to wait for him to get down the field a little bit and really cross the face of that right of screen linebacker. And now you see here, we really want to be careful. You could throw the tight end, but you see if you wait a half second longer, how that left of screen linebacker will actually bite down on the running back, right? So that's really where you're reading, right? If he bites down on the running back, you can throw the tight end like we did here. And again, pick up some big yardage down the field. If for some reason that left of screen player there right on that 40 number, if he keeps backing up, we just dump it off to the running back or to the smoke screen, right? So you see here on this play, we can throw any of the 4 receivers that's not the wheel if they decide to take the wheel away for us, okay? You can see, again, we have all 3 of our underneath routes open, and that tight end is coming open as we do throw that to him and pick up a nice 23, 24 yard gain there, okay? Now, the one thing I do want to go over is there's an alternative setup if you're struggling to fit the ball into the gap on the left. Okay, so let's say they're not pressing or something like that, right? And you're trying to hit this wheel route to the left, but when you throw it, you're getting hit by that guy who has mid-zone or deep out-zone KO, right? And that's what you saw there where we do have an ability on that safety, and it's just too tight of a space here on the sideline where that safety is going to be close enough to us, and he's going to be able to hit us and knock that ball out and cause the incompletion, okay? So what we can do to adjust to that is we can adjust our route combination a little bit, okay? So what I like to do is I still like to put the tight end on a post route, and I will put the running back on a Texas route now, okay? And I'm going to leave that B route, all right? Now, this is going to be, again, a similar setup, but it's going to be where we can more so guarantee that Y is going to get open, and you're going to see why here is because it takes the safety out of the play having that vertical from the inside, okay? So if we go to replay real quick, you can see that this vertical route here is going to keep that safety in the middle of the field long enough for us to now wait for this outside receiver to get down the sideline, and now that safety is not able to close that gap and hit him and get that knockout ability, right? So you see with this, we do have the ability to check it underneath as well, right? So obviously this is a setup to really get that wheel route open, but if they do take that away, we can always dump it off to this Texas route. We still have the ability to throw to the smoke screen. We can actually pass lead this guy to the inside on that vertical stem here down the seam. And we also still have that tight end available late, depending on what this guy does as a user, right? So if he bites down on the running back, we would then have the tight end open. But again, you can just see that with this play, we really have so many options, and there's very few plays where you really have the ability to throw to all 5 receivers on a play, specifically against one of those meta defenses that you're going to come against time and time again. If you've made it to the end of this video, odds are you're serious about becoming a better Madden player, and we're here to help. On our website at HuddleGG, $9.95 a month unlocks all of our full game plans created by some of the best Madden players in the world. You'll also have access to our private Discord where Madden pros will answer your questions and help take your game to the next level. Have a great day.